morning. Welcome to Thursday edition of Inside Nigeria. Is reaching you on Leadership Television this Thursday, June 6, 2024. My name is Rufai, your host on the program. In this segment of the show, we review front headline stories of some select national newspapers, including Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership. Let's go with Leadership newspaper as we usually do on the program. Leadership's main headline story today, June 6, 2024, Thursday, says actually there are two main headline stories today going by the wraparound on the cover. It says 1 year after federal government still struggling with fuel subsidy payments. Expenditure on petrol to hit 5.4 trillion naira by December. Federal government moves to tackle challenges affecting reform initiatives. The story runs on page 4 of Leadership. 1 year after, federal government still struggling with fuel subsidy payments. The second main headline story says Rufai dismisses Kaduna Assembly indictment as Hatchet job. Rufai, Malam Nasir Rufai is the immediate past governor of Kaduna State. Of course, the present governor Basani set up a committee to probe his administration's finances, and the assembly returned with a verdict of guilt on the past governor. Reacting, Rufai dismisses Kaduna Assembly indictment, saying it's a hatchet job. The story runs on page 4 of Leadership. With that, we move to the page 3 of the paper where we have our stand. Our stand today is on the albatross called immunity clause. The albatross called immunity clause, of course, is an editorial you love to read as it sheds light on the immunity clauses are governors, presidents hold presently, and of course, this editorial is calling it out, the albatross called immunity clause. With speak from this page 3, we move to the back page of the paper where we have being blunt with Muazu Eliza. Muazu Eliza is writing on labor and new wage. And he says, in quote, Labor's insistence on 494,000 naira minimum wage is a joke taken too far, end quote. This is taken from the excerpts of his column, Labor and New Wage. For more and continuation of the headline stories, the editorial on the albatross called Immunity Clause, and inside stories, log on to the website of Leadership, Nigeria's most influential, www.leadership.ng. From Leadership, this day is next on our menu. This day is also leading with Rufai story. And it says, Pro panel accuses Rufai of diverting 423 billion naira. Ex-governor says he served with integrity. Pro panel accuses Rufai of diverting 423 billion naira. Ex-governor says he served with integrity. Accuses ex-governor of reckless award of contracts without due process. Alleged authorizing homologous withdrawals of naira, dollar cash with no records of utilization. Denied state of resources for development. These are the riders we need. The main headline story today. Pro panel accuses Rufai of diverting 423 billion naira, while the ex-governor says he served with integrity. Beneath that, we have International Human Rights Commission's chief tips Enugu as fourth UN headquarters. The story is on page 5 of this day. International Human Rights Commission's chief tips Enugu as fourth UN headquarters. Above that, we move ahead. We are inching closer to the masthead of this day. Federal government insists Binance executive complicit as 16 US lawmakers accuse Nigeria of taking him hostage. Federal government insists Binance executive complicit as 16 US lawmakers accuse Nigeria of taking him hostage. Congressmen write Biden want urgent action is a trendy story on the issue of the Binance executives. Congressmen write Biden want urgent action. Above that, PDP counters Atiku Obi alliance discussions, denies major talks with any political party. The story is on page 36 of this day. And above the masthead, we have Bloomberg. Nigeria may suspend import levies on food to ease inflation. Article challenges Tinubu to come clean on fuel subsidy payment. Is the story that runs on page 8. That same story is also on the cover of Leadership Today, which says that 1 year after, federal government is struggling with fuel subsidy payments. For continuation of headline stories, inside stories on this day, log on to the website www.thisdaylive.com. As we move to the next paper we have on our menu, and that is The Punch. The Punch is still on the minimum wage issue, and it says Finance Minister submits template to Tinubu today. Minimum wage, Finance Minister submits template to Tinubu today. Tripartite committee awaits templates to resume negotiation 2 p.m. on Thursday. Customs intercept 3.9 billion naira pangolins case in Kebbi. Gunmen kill pastor while 3 others in plateau attack. 6 Niger miners rescued, 43 remain trapped. $413,000 bribery, Ganduje to get charges through newspapers. Beside the masthead of the Punch, 423 naira billion theft. Rufai kicks as Kaduna Assembly orders probe. And above the masthead, Tinubu may suspend import duties on food, drugs. Senate okay 60 million naira salary for CJN Supreme Court Justice. Heritage Bank, NDIC goes after 700 billion naira loan defaulters, leaves 2.3 million depositors. These are the stories that runs on the cover of the Punch newspaper. For continuation of these headline stories and inside stories, and of course the editorial, log on to the website of the Punch, www.punchng.com. Vanguard is next on our menu for review this Thursday. Still on minimum wage issue. Federal government's failure to make fresh offers stalls wage talks. Federal government's failure to make fresh offers stalls wage talks. As Labour hits back at Akpabio over allegation of economic sabotage. Says re-saboteurs are political elites looting, abusing power. Urges patriotic NANS members to disown Senate President. Nigerians need living wage, not minimum wage. Reps condemn Labour for shutting down national grid. I'll take that leading story once again on Vanguard newspaper this Thursday, June 6, 2024. Federal government's failure to make fresh offer stores wage talks as Labour hits back at Akpabio over allegation of economic sabotage. Says re-saboteurs are political elites looting, abusing power. Urges patriotic NANS members to disown Senate President. Reps say Nigerians need living wage, not minimum wage. Condemn Labour for shutting down national grid. Main story today on Vanguard. Beneath that, government plans 6.6 trillion naira supplementary budget to fast-track economic growth. To onboard conventionalize TCN. ASAP recommends 20 executive orders to fast-track economy. US lawmakers petition Biden, say Binance executive wrongfully detained by Nigeria. Binance will face all due process on charges of severe financial crimes, federal government insists. And in sport, we have Lookman's arrival excites Eagles on sports news. From that, we move to the stories above the masthead of Vanguard. Oil price drops below budget benchmark as output stagnates. Edo Guba, why some politicians are angry with Obaseki Martins. Ighodalo's opponents running out of campaign ideas, PDP chieftain. Kaduna Assembly, Rufai tango over alleged diversion of 423 billion naira. Excuse me. And on business economy, Nigeria will witness positive change after sacrifice. Shettima, the Vice President of Nigeria. And with that, we conclude the review of Vanguard newspaper this Thursday, June 6, 2024. For continuation of these headline stories, inside stories, and the commentary, log on to the website of Vanguard, www.vanguardngr.com. From the Vanguard, we move to the last paper we have on our menu, and that is The Guardian. The Guardian's main headline story says cautious optimism as federal government unveils new fiscal deals to revive economy. Cautious optimism as federal government unveils new fiscal deals to revive economy. And of course, we have a illustration just beneath the headline story, the picture of the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister, Wale Edun, and we have inflation on the 1,000 naira note. Beneath that, insecurity hampers rescue of trapped Niger miners. Fagbemi, the Attorney General of the Federation, Fagbemi says, I have no regret proposing full council autonomy. Ranching resurrects North-South settlement in Senate. Subsidy not gone as federal government confirms 5.4 trillion naira spent on petrol. Minimum wage talks resume as lawmakers play labor for hard-hearted strike. Kaduna Assembly indicts Rufai for 423 billion naira graft, orders arrest. Court orders substituted service on Ganduje in bribery case. And that also concludes the review of the Guardian's front headline stories today, Thursday, June 6, 2024. For continuation of these headline stories, log on to the website www.guardian.ng. With the Guardian, we conclude today's Inside Nigeria, brought to you on Leadership Television. Unfortunately, my guest is not around. Probably is deterred by the rain in FCT this morning. Well, subsequent, we have other programming, news on the hour coming up on Leadership Television. Don't forget to join us for every hour on the news. My name is Rufai. Look forward to having you same station tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.